Hello, 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 and welcome back. J.P.'s Retro World. I'm Man J.P. as usual. And thank you once again for joining me. Today we're going with the retro side of J.P.'s Retro World. We're talking about action movies. More specifically, a particular action movie which spawned a whole series of movies. Some of them were good, some of them not so good. But anyway, but today we're going to go a little bit science fiction and futuristic because today is dun 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 ba dum bum ba bum dun 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 dun. So it's the Terminator. That's right, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, directed by James Cameron. James Cameron's an excellent director. He also directed Titanic and amongst Avatar, amongst other movies. But this is a classic action science fiction movie. So here's the basis of this movie, the premise or the story. So Sarah Connor is hunted by a cyborg robot from the future whose mission is to kill her before she gives birth to a son that will be the leader of the human resistance against the machines. Because later on, we find out in the movie saga that humans are going to build robots that are so intelligent that they turn against us and start a war. So, Sarah Connor is the mother of the son who is going to rise against the machines and lead the resistance. But at this point, we don't know any of that. So the movie just starts off with both Arnold Schwarzenegger and Kyle Reese showing up from the future in like this big ball of energy where they travel from the future into the year 1984, and they have to travel naked because your clothes can't go with you when you travel through time apparently. So both of them show up in 1984. Kyle Reese goes off to find clothes so he can hunt down Sarah Connor to protect her. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Terminator. So he goes and goes into a I think it goes into a biker bar. Or no, he this in the first movie, Schwarzenegger steals clothes from a bunch of punks. And he takes her clothes, kills them, and then he looks in the phone book, so he goes around killing everybody named Sarah Connor until the actual Sarah Connor finds out, and so Kyle Reese comes and helps her run away, and so the whole movie they're just trying to get away from this guy, trying to get away from the Terminator, and so there is a scene in it that's kind of explicit. It's kind of a love scene, ooh, and I don't really, I don't really like to watch movies with nudity and a lot of that kind of thing in it. So, but it is what it is, and I usually just kind of fast forward through that scene. But anyway, they're in a hotel. They start loving on each other and stuff, and hence Sarah Connor becomes pregnant with John Connor. But anyway, that's in the next movie. So yeah, so Kyle Reese is successful in that he gives her enough of a head start, and but in the process, he's killed. He's shot and killed by the Terminator. So at the end of the movie, they go into I think what's like a steel mill or something, and or some kind of a factory where there's a lot of machines and stuff. And at this point, the Terminator had been, he had been kind of damaged and stuff, fighting off Kyle Reese and everything. And so at this point, he's just a torso, and he keeps crawling towards Sarah Connor, and she leads him underneath this big machine where she pushes a button. The machine comes down, crushes the Terminator. Terminator's killed or terminated. And so that's the end of the movie where she walks away. But there is a scene in the movie where Sarah Connor's at the police station and they're trying to protect her, and the Terminator comes in and he asks for Sarah Connor, and the guy's like, well, you can't talk to her right now. And so Terminator spawns that famous phrase, I'll be back. So anyway, Terminator, man, awesome science fiction action. But if you like action movies, if you like science fiction movies, if you like Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's a win-win for everybody. Unless you don't like any of those things, then it's a lose-lose. So, but I'm guessing most of you that watch this channel like this kind of stuff. And I do a lot of wrestling too, and we're gonna get back to wrestling, especially when I get my retro ring. That's gonna be awesome. Look for that. But for now, the Terminator. Everybody has their own Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. I'm not really gonna do one because I'm not really very good. There is a YouTube guy that I follow named Adam the Woo, and he's a vlogger. He goes around and records himself going to different locations and different fun things, but he does a pretty good Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. So, but I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm rambling. Anyway, 1984, The Terminator, James Cameron, Arnold Schwarzenegger starring in it. Yes. Anyway, I'm just killing time. My wife's working today, so I got time to kill. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, The Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Great movie. Check it out. Okay. Well, I guess that's going to do it for this movie. Yeah, I'm making a movie here. Worst movie ever. No, I don't know. Okay. Sorry. Okay, that's going to do it for this video. So, as usual, if you're new, please go ahead and click the like button, click the subscribe, and I will see you next time.